So I want to talk about because some people might not know this. So now I'm educating you guys on a few things that you may not know. Some might know, some may not know. But I want to talk about karmic partners and karma that you will be serving in this lifetime from your last lifetime. So let's see. Ooh, yeah, this makes my nose look around. Or maybe it's the shadow from the hat. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have a booger nose today. But so let's address that topic. So for those of you that are just starting your spiritual journey, a lot of people call themselves spiritual and they don't practice any type of spirituality. They actually just collect crystals and that's it. Now they're spiritual because they collect crystals and shit. Anybody can collect crystals, even Christians. Like, that doesn't make you spiritual. But if that's what you want to do and believe that you're spiritual, go right ahead, okay? Um, but those that are just now starting their spirituality or wanting to learn about it, to decide if they want to go into spirituality versus, regular religion, there's certain things that you may not know. And we what am I looking for? We come back many lifetimes. We were not here. This is not our first time here. This is not my first time here. This is not your first time here. This is no one's first time here. Your spirit is energy. Energy never dies. Energy just transforms its form. So it changes form. But energy never, ever, 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 ever dies. Once you understand that, you will understand death. Death is not death. Death is rebirth. You leave that body to start another chapter, to start another lifetime, to start whatever. You might reincarnate and come back in 2020. You might reincarnate and come back in 20 years. But your energy never dies. Your spirit will recycle itself. You can come back as a man. You can come back as a woman. You can come back as a cat. You can come back as a dog. Our spirits can also be shapeshifters, but that's for another freaking topic. But because of this, say you're in this lifetime and your life is cut short, it ends. Your chapter or your time here has ended early. Say you're like 25, but say while you were here, you messed over a bunch of people. It could be good karma. You did well, but you didn't live long enough to live out or benefit from the good that you did in this lifetime. When you return in your next lifetime, you will have to pay for the karma of whatever you've done in this lifetime if you haven't completely fulfilled your purpose. And that comes with relationships as well. We have karmic relationships. We have partners and people that we meet throughout our lives that we might have known in other lifetimes. And that's why when we meet people, it may feel like we've known them forever or like we've been through whatever we've been through with them before because we probably knew each other in a past lifetime. Also, it comes out in if the Most High or the universe was trying to teach you a lesson every time you're with someone. So say, for instance, you're in a relationship with Boo Boo the Fool. And that relationship ends, but you held on to the relationship although you knew it was toxic, and it just happened to like run its course and it ended. And so now you're single and you go dating again and you get another relationship, and it's Boo Boo the Fool part 2. And you're like, dang, okay, you're not really paying attention to the fact that it's Boo Boo the Fool part 2. Like, okay. So you're like, that person's not shit. So that runs its course. You get into the next relationship. It's Boo Boo the Fool part 3. So on and so forth. So you get to the 5th Boo Boo the Fool and you're like, why the hell do I keep meeting Boo Boo the Fool's ass? Why? Why can't I get a good man, or why can't I get a good woman? Why do you keep giving me the same type of person? Because there is something that you are supposed to learn from these Boo Boo the Fools, right? And until you learn what it is, the lesson that the universe and the Most High, or whatever you want to call it, is trying to show you or teach you, you will continuously meet Boo Boo the Fool, but in different forms. It might be Michael, Chris, Charles, Brandon, but they all Boo Boo the Fool. Part 1, 2, through 5, through 6. Boo Boo the freaking fool. Or Amanda, Aubrey, Alexis, Tiana, whatever. But they all Boo Boo the fool. The reason that you keep ending up in these relationships is because you're not learning the lesson, the karmic lesson. It's once you don't learn it, when it ended with the first one and you got involved with the second one, you didn't learn it shows that you didn't learn your lesson from the first one. So now you're in a karmic cycle, and then you will continue that karmic cycle until you learn whatever lesson is trying to be taught. And a lot of us think we've learned it, but we go run. We're doing the same thing. It's the same behaviors. Maybe I'm a woman that goes from one relationship to the next. So this month my relationship ends. Next month I got another man. Then that relationship, the same month I got another man. I don't ever give myself time to reflect on what really went bad in that prior relationship for it to end, or for it to end up the way that it did. I didn't take heed to the warning signs that the person showed me while I was in that relationship. And so now I'm back on the same shit. This person showed me the same warning signs that person did, but I'm bypassing it because it feels good for the moment. What we will do is we will lie to ourselves because it's something that we want, right? We'll lie to ourselves if we like it. We're all guilty of it. I used to be, I don't be on it crap no more. You show me something I don't like, you're out of here. We don't have anything to talk about. We no longer listen. And that's with friends and in intimate relationships. Anything. If I get a vibe, if I feel anything in my intuition, which is my gut, that tells me I shouldn't be dealing with you, you're done. I don't give a damn who it is, because you know what? I've learned my lesson. The last little relationship that I was just in for 2 years taught me all I need to know. That's it. I don't want no more karmic. Like, I got it, God. I got it, Jesus. Christian Jesus. Listen, let me stop. But I got it. I learned we're not doing it anymore. So I'm paying attention to the signs. If I'm around you and your energy drains me, because that's one of the signs that I would get with these fools, and I know it drains me, I'm not going to lie to myself and tell myself that it's going to get better, or tell myself that I can help that person heal, or tell myself any other bull crap that I told myself to stay in that situation that I knew was toxic and I knew that it wasn't for me. We're not doing any of that. Anything that threatens my energy, you got to go. Okay, so I've learned my lesson. So I know that my next man is going to be my last, for real. So anyway, so even with men and women, if you find yourself in a situation with women that use you all the time, you're not learning your lesson, because there are warning signs. There are always warning signs before the tower moment comes. When that tower moment comes, everything crumbles down. But there will be a plethora of warning signs before that happens, before it ends. But we lie to ourselves because it feels good. I'm telling you what I know. So it turns into karma. Now you're going to enter that karmic cycle over and over again until you learn that lesson. Now, and like doubling back to what I was saying about in the past lifetime, if you were on this earth killing folks, doing ill to others, if you was a mass murderer in your last life, if you know what I mean? And sometimes our karma will come back on our children. But if you were out here running amok in your past life and you died early, you didn't get to live out your karma. So in your new life, you're going to watch all that shit come before your eyes, right? It's going to play out in front of you. And you're going to have to watch it, and you're going to have to experience the same hurt that other people caused you. These are facts. I mean, that you caused other people. It's now your turn. Until you learn the lesson, until you stop. And maybe you come into this life running a damn muck, acting a damn fool. Okay. He's going to end that shit early for you. And then when you go into the next life, You're going to have to watch whatever, or the karma's going to come back on you. But until you learn your lesson and until you stop, you will repeat the same karma over and over again. There's ways to break past life karma, but you have to, it's like a lot to explain that. But if you find yourself always having bad luck, nothing goes right for you, and you're really actually trying, and you really actually are not a messed up individual, like you're really actually trying, but you cannot catch a break. Never. Your life been shit from the time you were born until now. I remember I told a friend years ago, it was like 2013, I want to say. I told her I was born in shit. My life been shit my whole life. And at that time, seriously, like I came out the womb to some messed up depressed, like my life was shit. I had to build it to this point. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy for me to find peace because my life was shit. Like I literally came out of the womb. I was born on Christmas Day, 1981, which it was one of the coldest winters in Indianapolis. My parents are poor, so we lived in a ghetto. My parents took me home to an apartment or either a house that didn't even have heat in the middle of the winter and below zero weather. They had to have like space heaters and stuff, and the damn water in the toilet was frozen. I came into that. I was born in the shit, okay? So to go from that, and then as I started to get older, or go progress throughout life, I was raped 3 times by the time I was 17 years old. I was raped and kidnapped. I was abused by my mother. I had an abusive mother. She abused us mentally, physically, emotionally. My father shot my mother in front of us. Like the list goes on. The list goes on. I ended up in bad relationship or bad situations with these men. Due to me being sexually abused, I was promiscuous like early, like in my teens. Because I wanted to prevent someone from taking it from me, if that makes sense, due to me being sexually abused. My mother told us we were in shit, so I was mentally and emotionally, verbally abused as a child. So I would tend to believe that as I was aging. And so it was just like a cycle. And I don't know if I was living out karma from a past life, or because the calling on my life is to be a healer. You have to go through something to get to something, right? And so maybe all of those things, I know for a fact, because that's my testimony, that all of those things made me who I am today. And if I didn't go through all of those, I wouldn't have the experience and then heal from it, right? I wouldn't have the experience to help other individuals heal. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be, because I can relate to your trauma. If you were raped or abused, kidnapped, treated like shit, if your father abandoned you, my mother was in my life, but I've never had a mother. Like, I know and I understand, and I've healed from that. So I can glow and be happy and love on others the way that I do because I had that experience. But I was also supposedly a healer in my past life, and I was actually murdered for it in my past life, like seriously. And so I was crucified for it in my past life, for being a medicine woman and for being a witch. I'm not a witch though. I'm just an energy reader. But that was my past life. So coming into this life, that was probably why I went through all of that, because the enemy didn't want me to get to this point. But I broke my own karma by realizing that I didn't want to be unhappy like that. And so I started consciously, intentionally working to break that cycle, because I didn't want to be like my parents. I didn't want to be like my family. And I didn't want to be that broken person. I wanted to be a whole healed person. Like when I was younger, someone asked me, if I could have anything in the world, what did I want? And I said happiness. And this was maybe in my early 30s. And they was like, that's all? Nigga, if you've been through all I've been through and abused and ran through the mud like I had been through at that time, you would only want happiness too. That's all the hell I wanted, was to be happy. I was tired of being a slave in my own mind. You know, like, yes, nigga, happiness. Y'all, I need to Listen, people love me because I am just me. I don't switch it up. I don't try to act holier than thou. When I decided to step into my calling, I had a discussion with the Most High, my ancestors. I'm like, look, I don't want to do this if I have to change. If I have to wear ugly jewelry that's unpleasing to me, unesthetically pleasing to me, if I have to walk around not looking like me and being who I am, I don't want to do it. I want to do healing Tia's way. So hence the name of the page. It's healing. I want to do healing my way. I still want to have my personality. When I first started my spiritual journey, I felt like I had to walk, talk, and act a certain type of way in order to be spiritual. But then I learned that I can just be myself and my message will be heard. As long as I am myself, my people will find me. Do y'all understand me? Okay? For the people in the back, they will find me. And my people find me all the time in every business. I have people that came through my credit business and they went from my credit business and now they support all of my businesses. Literally. They want to know me as a person, and that's fine, girl. Hey, boo. Hey, Zood, or whoever you are. But my people started gravitating to me when I changed my energy and intentionally decided that I didn't want to keep going through these karmic cycles with these men. I didn't want to keep going through the karma of my life where everything fails, where I'm always unhappy, where nothing goes right. I'm up one minute, down the next. I'm doing great one minute and I'm on my ass the next. I didn't want to go through that anymore. So I had to intentionally break it. Whatever I have to do, put magic up and peace and protection spells. I do that all the time. I do blockbuster work all the time. I don't return the sender because I'm not real sure on that. And until I'm clear on the return to sender, meaning if anyone has sent any bad negative energies to me, I can send this shit right back to their ass. But I need to learn more about it because I don't want karma off of it. So I think if my intentions are pure, that it won't come back to me, so I can start returning the sender on y'all asses. But blockbuster, road opener, I talk to the Most High every morning. I meditate. I talk to my ancestors every day, and I consciously made a choice to get here. Even if I had to go through counseling to get to this point, I went to counseling so that I could learn what was wrong, what was bothering me or holding me hostage mentally. And once I figured that out, then I figured out a way to heal myself, and it was through spirituality, and it was through raising my vibrations, and it worked. So, if you're wondering why you keep going through the same stuff, it is karma. It might be past life karma. It might be a karmic cycle that you put yourself in because when you were put in that situation the first time to test you, you did not pass the test. Once that shit ended, you didn't take the time to reflect back on the situation to figure out what it was within that situation that you needed to learn. And until you learn that and you really got it up in here, you are going to go through the same thing over and over again. No one wants to be unhappy. No one wants to be a hostage to themselves. If you are unhappy, if you find yourself in the same situations as no one else, it's you. It is you. I promise. It's you. It's nobody else. Yeah, these people are shit people, but you chose to get involved with that shit person. So that's your fault. You need to take accountability for that. And once you once you look back and be like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like me, I was Captain Save a Hole because I have a healing spirit. I want to save every damn body. So I'm messing with these bum Negroes that are beneath me that shouldn't even be allowed into my space. And I'm dealing with these individuals and they're bringing me down. They're juicing me because anything they need, I was putting their needs above mine. All the time, all the freaking time, because that's me. I'm a nurturer. And so I'm putting their needs above me. I'm dealing with people that I probably like more than they like me. Tell them what else I was doing. I'm overlooking how fucked up they are. I'm overlooking the messed up stuff that they're doing to me. I'm making excuses for it. I've never been the girl though that was scared to be alone. Like I enjoy I'm an introvert because I'm an empath. I'm an introvert. Most people that have spiritual gifts are empaths and introverts. And that's just because we absorb other people's energy so easily that it can be draining the majority of the time. So we prefer to be alone. So if you are an extroverted person, you're really not an empath and you're really not an introvert. If you enjoy being around people all the time and you can't be alone, you probably don't have that type of spiritual gift. You probably have another one. But yeah, if you find yourself, you get out of a relationship with a man. I've never been that chick either. I would be alone, and that's just because I didn't want to take my misery. I'm not the person misery loves company. I didn't want, if I was hurt and bitter about a situation, I'm not going to get involved with you a month later, knowing damn well I didn't heal from whatever was going on with Boo Boo the Food, number one. And so I would take the time so that I could release that hurt, but I would still not vet the person. You know what I mean? I wouldn't vet the person. I would deal with them because that's what I wanted. I would lie to myself because it felt good to me at that point in time. So, but they showed me, you know, in many ways, maybe that they weren't into me the way that I was into them, or maybe that they didn't have my best interest at heart, or maybe they were a playboy and they were out here dropping dick in every heifer that came. Like, just being honest, he is always honest. Or maybe, you know, like, I just overlooked that stuff. Or because I love them, I blamed it on love. Because, you know, I've told y'all before that we tend to lie to ourselves and blame everything on love. Oh, well, I love them, so I'm going to give them another chance. And they'll come back and do the same shit. And we go through this cycle for 6 years. We go through this cycle for 2 years. We go through this cycle for 4 years. And all of that is unnecessary. When they did me wrong or did me dirt the first time, I should have left. But I did not. I stayed and I allowed. Listen, you have to take accountability. That's how you break karmic cycles. I allow those individuals to do their stuff to me. So I need to let them go. You are free to go, sir. And then I need to take accountability for the part that I played in it, because a person can't do anything to you that you don't allow, and unless they forcefully take it. But if these folk are not forcing themselves into your life, these individuals are not forcing themselves. You are gladly taking them, and you're blaming it on love. It's not love. It's the lack of self-love is what it is, and it's stupidity, naivete, and that's why you keep ending up in these situations. So I'm telling you what I know. If you're the type that, oh, something happened to you, and you every situation, you go into situations, oh my God, what is it? Guarded. Someone said, oh, they need to be, I was dating this guy, and I was like, he's guarded, told my friend. And she was like, well, he needs to be guarded because of who he is. And I was like, no, it is okay to be cautious, but it is never okay to be guarded, because if you guard yourself, that means you're not fully healed from whatever has happened to you before, and you're going to continue to take that stuff into the next relationship, and it becomes a karmic cycle, right? So it's okay to be cautious. You know, it's okay to vet people and feel them out. But always give individuals the benefit of the doubt. Don't just look at them like they are who you were dealing with prior to, until they show you. And when they show you, then you get rid of their ass. If you have the ability to feel their energy, if you know something doesn't feel right from the beginning, or something from the beginning told you not to get involved, but you like them, he was fine, he had some money, she had a big old butt, she looked like this, so you got involved because you wanted to. You lied to yourself because your intuition told you no, but you still did it anyway. So now you've created this karmic cycle, and you're going to continue it until you stop lying to yourselves, until you start taking accountability, until you figure out what the role that you're playing in the situation. You did it. That's how you get rid of that karma. Now, if you did some messed up stuff in your past life, and you have that past life karma coming back and everything's going wrong from you, my suggestion is doing some blockbusters, really getting in tune with the Most High and your ancestors. And I don't know, some people might believe in the universe. I believe in the Most High, and I believe in my ancestors and my spirit guides. So when I pray to God. And when I ask for something, I thank God for him allowing my spirit guides and my ancestors to bring it to me. So, and then I go in and I ask and I tell my ancestors what it is that I need for them to bring to me. And that's how I manifest. I manifest intentionally. So maybe I should do a video on that. And anything I've done money spells. Okay, I need $1,500 before the end of the day. Before the end of the day, I had that $1,500. or whatever it is, or I need money for this, or I want this to go this way or whatever. I intentionally manifest. And that's why I get the things that I want. I manifested my happiness. I manifested my life. I manifested my businesses. Now I'm manifesting me a husband because now at 40, almost 40, I'm tired of being alone, but he has to be the right person. So I'm turning down everyone that comes into my space because my space is heavily protected. So my ancestors are, nope, not him, not him, not him. maybe my soulmate is a woman. Who knows? But I'll know when I find who or whatever it is. Okay. But so yeah, so that's just a little bit of information on karmic cycles and why things go that way is because it's a karmic cycle, sweetheart. If you have bad luck and you never get a break, it's karma. And it may not be karma from this life, it might be karma from a past life, or it might be karma for something that your parents did, or it might be karma from something that your parents did in a past life. And then this is one thing people don't realize either. We choose our parents. We are spirits, we choose our parents. So when you tell your parent, I didn't ask to be here, oh, but you did, because you chose that parent. And it was a reason you chose that parent. And maybe it was something that you had to go through in this lifetime to complete your karma from your past life. And that's why you chose that parent. But you chose them. Yeah, that mama, that womb, that daddy, that sperm. You chose it. So that's more information. I'll speak on that later. But let me get off here because I can talk for days, okay? Not two people, but by myself. I don't want to talk. I'm not a phone talker, none of that. I hate it. Not a FaceTimer or any of that. Don't FaceTime me. Don't call me. It can all be through text. But anyway, fools, I love you all. Love and light to you. Like, share, subscribe. Holla at your girl. Schedule an energy reading. They are accurate to the best of my knowledge. I've never been told that I was wrong. So yeah, come and check me out. And thank you. Welcome to Tia's Way.